folks, Lights and Gear is back with an update. Remember back when, perhaps you don't, but if you do search on my videos, you'll see that I reviewed the Sofirn SP32 some time ago. Then after that came the 32A with some updates. Now we have another update. This time we have the 32A version 2.0. So, this time, Sofirn has done a couple of other changes to their popular 32A, or 32 Lite, 32A, whichever. And so this is what they've come up with, is the new version. And this is the SP32A version 2. So there are just a couple of updates on this one. And by the way, here is the original 32A right here. And as I say, you can check out my video of this one. And side by side, they do look pretty much the same. They are the same length, but there are a couple of minor differences. One of the first ones that you see visually is the switch. And on the 32A version 2, we have an illuminated dial, an illuminated switch here, as to let you know of the battery power, battery voltage. But they don't do that on the original 32A. So on this one, as soon as you press the button, this lights up in green to show good battery power. And as soon as the battery starts to dwindle, gets down to around 3.4, if you turn it on and the battery is low, you'll get a, well, first of all, of course, this will be red instead of green. And as it gets lower, it'll flash. The red will flash when you turn it on. And then while you're using the light, the red will appear and flash as well. It'll do a slow flash for the most part, and the output will start to dim in stages. But that's one of the main differences here of the 32A version 2. And the other big deal is what they mention here right on the front of the manual, is that it has an advanced temperature regulation system. And so with that, I suppose it's going to operate more sufficiently as far as heat generated from the LED. So they say it's smarter and more stable. So that's their big difference. A couple of other differences, well, basically it is much the same as the original 32A. The output is much the same. However, originally we did say this was 1550. This one, the manual claims it's 1300. But visually, side by side, you really can't tell. Neither looks brighter than any other, put side by side with a beam. And there's the voltage is a little bit higher on this one. You can use CR123 disposable batteries if you want, because the voltage goes to just over 6. I do not believe it did that on the original version. But other than that, as I say, the LED is the same, the outputs are the same for the most part. It does the ramping just like the SP32A did. It still ramps up and down and goes backwards, if it goes in reverse if you want it to. And also has instant access to strobe and to turbo mode. And there's your LED in here, which is the XP-L2. So again, it uses virtually the same LED as the other light did as well, and comes with a pocket clip-on. I should of course also mention that the accessories are the same as in the other light. You do get yourself a little battery charger here, a nice little unit which does a pretty decent job and has an LED indicator. You also get the package of spare items, the O-rings, and the lanyard. Of course, here is your user manual, which we've talked about, and inside the flashlight is a Sofirn battery, and in this case they've actually increased the capacity, whereas before it was a 2800 mAh battery. In this particular one you get a 3000 mAh, and these batteries that they furnish do seem to be a reasonable quality, so that's pretty good. And so those are the accessories you get with 32A. Packaging is nothing fancy. It has the same box as all the other Sofirn lights do. They don't say anything about the flashlight, just that there's a flashlight in the box, and that's all they say. So there's nothing much there to write home about. And amidst everything else, you also get the USB cable for the charger, since it is a USB only charger. So all that is included, just the same as it is with the other version of the light. So there you go, SP32A, whether it be the regular version or the version 2. You've seen the differences now between the second version. It's a very nice light. I see absolutely nothing to complain about it with at all. It is extremely bright, and you can still do the double click on here and get to the turbo mode. As you can see, turbo mode is very, very bright and quite impressive for a small 18650 light of this size. So anyway, that's the version 2 of the XP-32A. If you want to check it out, you can hit the link that is below this. You can hit the link in the description there, which will take you to one of the sales pages for the light. Pick one up, and you can also do so at my written review, which reminds me, if you want to see outdoor beam shots of the light, please go to my written review at lightsandgear.com, where there is a full review, and as I say, outdoor beam shots are part of that, and the link is there as well to its page on Amazon. So take care. Thanks for watching today. Join me at lightsandgear.com.